This is my favorite matchup, the righty-lefty. I like to keep my PCI in the outer right, or sometimes in, depending on what the motion is. And that is a beautiful perfect with Bobby Witt. A lot of guys like to throw that slider down and in on the knees in this area. And then when it's a lefty-lefty, I like to keep it inside. To ride it up top right here in on the hands. We see the slider. That slider here gets spammed a lot on my right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. This is one of my favorite matchups. We ride the PCI high and in. And be ready to crush. So that is a well-placed PCI. Sometimes you just don't get the results. And we just keep swinging. So again, we're going to ride it high and in. High and in, same thing. Smoked. Down the line, we adjusted to the splitter. The PCI tracking was pretty good. We're ready for the hard stuff inside and get ready to drop when it's low and away. All right, now we have a righty-righty. I like to sit high and tight. And be ready for that fastball. You got to be able to take these pitches outside away and take them. Can't swing at them. Just like that. You swing at those pitches, man, they're just going to spam it the entire game. So sitting high, he's going to throw that fastball. We knew it was coming. I was early. So all of it is just timing now. So we're up high. That is a great pitch. Most likely would have resulted into a ground ball. And that waist pitch, that splitter, you got to be able to take it, boys. Here we go. So we're high and tight. Ripped. Base hit. A little bit early. But we're adjusting to anything, man. We're ready. We're ready. Has to do. He has to put that lefty. We're going to say high and tight, boys. And again, those close pitches, you have to take them. Here we go. Look at that, boys. So we might get something hard inside. Here we go. Oh my God, he's scared. Here we go. Inside, we'll see right now. That's ball 4. You got to be able to take those pitches. Lefty matchup, we're going to sit high and tight, get ready for that sinker inside. That online gets spammed a lot in this area, and we get the sliders out here typically. And that is a mixed combo you see so many times. So being able to adjust to them. There's a cutter. 3-0 count. So again, we're sitting on something hard inside. Here we go. He's keeping it away from the inside part of the plate. He knows. There it is. And that is a gapper. We caught that sinker inside. Perfect placement on the PCI. So it's all about that knowledge. You got to be aware of what's being thrown and pick up those patterns. People do that all the time. For righty-righty, we're going to sit high. Hit the high stuff. Get ready to adjust low. So that slider away, you got to let that go, chat. Sit high and tight. Get ready to hit the fastball. Good slider. He's spamming the slider outside already, so we can pick that up. Here we go. So we actually just mashed that baseball. Let's see. Caught at the warning track, but we'll take the tag up. My timing was a little bit off there, and it happens. So here we go. We're going to say high and tight, adjusting to the slider away. Ripped. Over the head. We hit that slider down low, and that's all the adjustment you need to do. First things foremost, the most important thing you want to make sure is that in your settings, down at your user settings, you want to make sure your PCI sensitivity is halfway. Halfway is the best I've found to hitting a little bit better in tracking baseballs with your PCI, so make sure you have it at halfway. You also want to make sure that your PCI plate coverage indicator is on. For that, for your PCI center, you want to make sure you're using diamonds, and your PCI inner, keep that at basic. I like it at basic. Your outer, I like to take that away and have none. For your PCI color, yellow is a pretty good color. I love the opacity at 100%. The good thing about this, though, it is preference. But in my opinion, I have found that this helps the most in terms of hitting. So, like I said, I played in 900 ratings pretty constantly. This is what works for me. I think you should give it a go. And once you have your settings, don't change them constantly. Stay in your settings. Keep them. I would grind it for a couple weeks and see if it's working for you. You also want to head over to general. No, not general, camera. You want to make sure your strike zone is set to strike zone high. I found that this is the best for vision and laying off balls and strikes pretty well. And you're hitting depth of field. You want to make sure that that is turned on. It's actually pretty cool to have the background blurred and track the baseball a little bit better.